Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for coming back and watching our videos. My name is Nate, and our company is Custom Made by Us. We do digital print and design work, and we do direct-to-film printing. So today's video, I'm going to go over how to create a gang sheet. And what a gang sheet is it's it's always 22 inches wide. Length varies based on how many images you want to load into a gang sheet. So if you do a 22 inch by 60 inch, it allows you to just put in as many graphics on that page as you want, and then that's what you send to us. You add it to your cart. We have two options on our website where you can use the online builder, but if you're using Canva and you're actually building your gang sheets through Canva, you don't need to use the online builder. And by using Canva, it's actually a little bit cheaper than using the builder. The builder application is a third-party application that we use, but we have to pay a percentage to the guy that owns that builder app. So for us, we increase the price on those gang sheets when you use the online builder. So for us, if you want to use Canva, I would recommend that you get the Canva Pro subscription to be able to make your gang sheets a lot more features and options to do it properly. So this video is going to be just that. It's going to be a 22 by 60 gang sheet in Canva Pro, and then that allows you to then go to our website, choose, there's an option for upload your artwork. So you would choose a 22 by 60, upload your artwork or the gang sheet you created in Canva Pro, add it to cart, place your order, we get your graphics, we'll review your artwork and make sure everything looks okay, and then once we've done that, we'll go ahead and print it and ship it out to you. So this is the site you're looking at right now is Canva's website, and I do have the Canva Pro subscription for this demonstration. So you're going to click in the upper right corner to create a design, and you're going to go down here to the bottom left where it says custom size. When you choose custom size, it's by default to pixel. You're going to want to change this to inches, and you're going to specify 22 by 60 and say create new design. So this creates the artboard where you're going to put your images. And so when it shows, I've got the rulers turned on. If you go to File, there's an option here under View Settings to show rulers and guides. So I recommend that that is on. You could do a Shift R on your keyboard, which turns them on and off. And I like guides on my artboard just to kind of help me kind of keep things in order as to where I'm going to put things. So I'm going to go to File, View Settings, Add Guides. Puts a bunch of stuff on here that obviously I don't want. So I'm going to do a custom guide. What I want is 2 columns, and I want 5 rows. Because this is 60 inches, that's 5 feet. So this is going to give me, when I click Add Guides, it's going to give me my guides to where I can put things in these little quadrants, where I'm going to load my images into. To get the images onto the page, you can come over here to Uploads, and this is where you can upload your own artwork that you have. Maybe you purchased some things on Etsy or Creative Fabrica, and you want to upload them. You can upload them there, but you can also search Canva. They may have some stock photos or something like that that you can add into it. So we're going to click on the Uploads. These images I've already uploaded for this demonstration, but you would click on Upload Files. When you do that, it browses your hard drive and you choose, your pictures, wherever they're located, select them, and it'll upload them. So once you have them in the panel here as an upload, you merely just drag them over into the panel. One thing to note, when I drag this image into this panel or onto the artboard, you can see it's much larger than the square that it's going to go into, and that's excellent. That's what you want. You want to downsize things in your designs. Bringing it down, you're not losing resolution or quality. So that maintains its resolution and its quality. So the fact that in a 22 by 60, And again, the way I resized it is I just grabbed the little corner, that little ball, and you can drag it down in. By doing it, dragging this into a 22 by 60, you can see that the quality is good because it's so much larger than the actual artboard. So bringing it down like that, excellent. Now, here's an example. Say you drug this image over into your artboard and it's like that. Once you drag it in and you drop it and it's that tiny little thing. Well, if you grab this corner and you stretch it out to make it fit that quadrant, you've really messed up the resolution of that image. It's not intended to be blown up and stretched up like that. So you really want to make sure that if you grab an image from the left, drop it into your artboard, that it's larger than the area that you're putting it into and you're having to resize it into that quadrant. If you're resizing it up, it's bad. If you're resizing it down, you'll know that the quality is going to maintain and it's going to be good. So again, the process, you just drag them in. I mean, this one's way bigger than the artboard. I mean, so because the resolution and size of the image. So I didn't mean to do that one. So I'm going to do Control Z, like zebra, is undo. So I'm going to try to drag this little guy back in there. There we go. And again, much larger than the artboard. And I got to bring him down in size. And I just don't worry about the placement. I'm going to show you a way to align these much easier. So let's just get these guys in. One thing I just did too is I just, instead of dragging this into the artboard, I just clicked on it. So if I remove it again, if you see if I just click over here, it adds it to the center of the artboard. So you can add them that way too. So drag this down, put it, into where it's going to go. Click away from the artboard. Click on this little guy here. He's now on there. So, and then again, you just go through the process. Get your graphics in here. We'll click on Santa in the chair. Excuse me. Drag this guy down. Put him up in this quadrant. And again, once he's there, you can always, there's a zoom level down here. We're at 10%. So if you want to come in, you can move up your zoom percentage and then use the slider bar because maybe you want him larger than what he is. So to give you an idea, 11 is center of 22. So right now he's on 12 to 20. So that gives you an idea of how large that image is. So you can base that based on the garment that you're going to print this on. Is it going on a child small or is it going to go on an adult, 2X, 3X? So based on that, you would determine, how many inches. Obviously, use your little tape measure on your sweatshirt or T-shirt, measure how wide it needs to be, and then that's where you come in here and you would use your ruler to make sure that you've got the right sizes. So we're going to add another one here. That's kind of weird that it added it that way. Oh, there they are. So I like to work with it out at 10% in the beginning, just to kind of get everything loaded in. Because then that way, you're not, wasting time. So you can get them in rather quickly into their positions. And see how the border kind of overlaps that other little Christmas tree? You want to get away from that. So we'll add this Santa. We'll move him down here to the bottom. And we got one more image to do. We'll do the reindeer. So... and once it loads, and again, you can grab any of these corners or sides and resize these images. And again, you saw that I resized everything down. Again, down is good. If you're resizing up, expect your graphics to come in as low resolution, and then you'll see graininess on it, jagged edges. It doesn't look good. So to align things, you click on one of the images, hold down your Shift key on your keyboard, and then you can click multiple images. So now that I've got this column selected, I can right-click one of the images, go to Space Evenly, and I can say I want to tidy these. You can say tidy up, which kind of lines them up. You can kind of see them shift a little bit. We'll do that again with this column here. So again, I'm holding my Shift key. And then I right-click one of them, Space Evenly, and I'm going to click Tidy Up. But if you look at the images in the back, you can see they kind of shifted. Kind of orients them, gives it the same space between the images. So that's my gang sheet. It's pretty straightforward. So at this point, what you would do is when you click on the share button, there's an option here to download. So you want to download your gang sheet. So when you choose download, PNG is the suggested format size. Grab this bar and put it up as high as it'll go. That's going to give you the best or the largest and highest resolution image that you can get out of Canva. It tells you increasing the image size means your design might take longer than usual to download, which is fine. You do want to click on a transparent background. If you don't, all of this will have a white background on it, and our printer will print that white background. So click on transparent background and then click on download. So this is currently downloading the image. Once it's downloaded, I'm going to open it up inside of Photoshop, and you can see what it looks like inside of Photoshop. That's the photo editing application that I use to build gang sheets, is Photoshop. So multiple options. There's Illustrator, Canva, CorelDRAW, our online builder. I'm going to do another video for that. I'll link that one up in here. So if you're going to just use the online builder, I'll show you how to use that as well. So it's currently getting this ready to download. Once it gets going, we'll see a little thing pop up here in the browser showing us that it's downloading. I might speed up the video here because it might take a couple of minutes for this to take place. One thing to mention, the images that you see that I'm currently using are images that we have available off of our website inside of the online builder. So the online builder is similar. It allows you to add your images that you have yourself, but we have a gallery of images. Right now we've just got some Halloween images and some Christmas ones. So if you want to grab these on your designs, Christmas is right around the corner. You're more than welcome to grab these images, add them to your gang sheets, and print them out, or send them to us for us to print them out. Okay, so that download has completed. It did show up here, the download status. So what I'm going to do is open up Photoshop, and we'll open up that file from that downloads directory. Okay, so I've gone ahead and loaded that image into my Photoshop application just to kind of show you how it looks inside the program. One thing I like to do is in Photoshop, it's a way to, if you hold down Control and click on the layer, you'll see it selects the pixels that are in that image. And then over here there's a quick mask tool, edit and quick mask. So when you turn on the quick mask, it sets the artboard to a pinkish color, which then allows me to zoom in. If you hold down your Alt key and then zoom with your scroll wheel on your mouse, it'll zoom in on the images. You can see as I zoom in on this how the quality maintains. I mean, this is really good quality. One thing I'm noticing though in this is this little bit right here. These are transparent or ghosted pixels. So and that came over from Canva. So if I hold down my space bar, I can grab the screen and move around and look at things. So this obviously looks really good, but when you have stuff like this, artifacts on the images, that's, you know, when you do transparent background in Canva, it does its best to try to clean it up, but it's not perfect. So our eyes can't see this gray part right here. It'll see the blue and the red and the green right here, but this grayish color, our eyes don't see that. I'll come over here. Again, this gray that you see, that gray, our eyes don't see it, but the downside is my printer does. So when it prints, let me move up a little bit to this other image. So you can see this line right here, that gray line and this gray line that goes around up into there. And this little gray, this gray, that gray, all of this gray. The downside is my printer sees that as a pixel, and any pixel that's on the image that lays down white ink on top of it that can get powder, the adhesive that it's going to cure in the oven. So all of this gray stuff that you're seeing in the image is going to have, it's going to print white. All of that's going to be white. So it might be the look that you're looking for, but sometimes it's not. You know, it might look okay on this Christmas tree image because it looks like snow, but you know, some of these other images, there's a lot in here. You know, I can see a lot of gray. So I'm not a huge fan of Canva, to be honest, for these types of things, just because of this and the way it pulled out that white background. This would be white on these images. That would be white. Coming up through here. These don't look too bad. These have some down here. I just call them ghosted pixels. Because again, if I turn off the mask and I deselect the image, you don't see it. You know, you're not, you look at it and go, oh, that looks great. You know, it's going to print wonderful. You know, but the reality of it is when you select those pixels and you quick mask it, there they are. You know, all of that is going to print white. So one thing you can do is if you have Photoshop, you could use Photoshop to clean it up. I'm probably going a little bit too long in this video in regards, because it's supposed to be all about Canva and how to create the gang sheet. And we've already kind of gone through that, so I really probably shouldn't dive too deep into this. I might need to make a whole nother video on how to clean up your images inside of Photoshop if you have this problem, if you're getting this type of stuff on your images. Because again, I wouldn't want to print this like this right here on his hat. If I zoom in on that, you know, this is all going to be white. All of this is, the gray is going to be white. So again, not a huge fan of Canva. If that's what you use, then just be aware when you tell it to select to be a transparent background, that's what it does. It tries its best to clear out the white that was surrounding that image, you know, but it's not perfect. There's a lot on that edge right there. So, but that's the video. So I'm going to go ahead and close this one here. Let's see if I delete and go back to Canva. So that's it for my Canva tutorial, my Canva Pro. So very basic to create a gang sheet. Upload your images, you know, set up your guides, have your quadrants, pull in your images, line everything up. You don't want to overlap images. Sometimes we get artwork that looks like that. Sometimes we get artwork that's like that. You know, it's off the edge of the artboard. Make sure everything's inside of the artboard. And one thing you don't want to do too is you don't want to make it where it's literally right up against the edge of the artboard. You know, that's like, if I zoom in on this here, and you take this little Santa Claus here, and I'll use my mouse or my arrow keys and move it over as close as I can to the edge. You don't want your art like that on the canvas either, because the printer has margins that it has to stick within. So that really makes it difficult for the printer to try to get that printed correctly. So just a little bit of information there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I'm going to do another video on how to use the online builder. And then I will do a video on how to actually, once you've built your gang sheets, how to get them uploaded and get them ordered. So I thank you for watching. If this video was helpful to you, I hope that you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.